A life devoted to flight, General Shih Kuang Lin. Time moves on, but some lives are defined by a single, unwavering calling. In the middle of the 20th century, the world stood in turmoil. It was an era of uncertainty and upheaval. And in that time, there were men who chose to dedicate their entire lives to flight. They did not fly for glory or applause. They flew to protect the sacred land they called home. General Shih Kuang Lin was one of the most resolute and most unassuming among them. His life spanned aviation's most dramatic transformation, from unstable, vibrating biplanes driven by propellers to jet fighters capable of exceeding twice the speed of sound. This was not merely a leap in technology. It was the reflection of a heart that never wavered from its sense of duty. This is not legend. It is the true story of a pilot who wrote his promise to the skies with his life. General Shih was born in 1913 in Kangzhou, Hebei Province, into a hard-working farming family. As a child, he studied in a traditional private school, memorizing classical texts and learning ancient literature. That early grounding in Chinese scholarship shaped his lifelong character, upright, disciplined, and steady, and became the moral foundation upon which he built his life. No one could have imagined that a boy raised between farmland and classrooms would one day soar across vast skies.
In 1935,
he entered the Jianqiao Central Aviation School as a cadet pilot in its 5th class. Resources were scarce. Conditions were harsh. But the moment he first touched the fuselage of an aircraft, he felt a calling. It was as if the sky itself had summoned him. From that moment on, flight became the direction of his life. Training abroad, commitment at home. A few years later, he was selected for advanced flight training in the United States. It was his first time leaving his homeland, his first journey across the ocean. He carried with him both anticipation and deep respect for the unknown. On foreign soil, he began with the roar of propellers and the fundamentals of instrument flying. Each day of training brought him one step closer to the battlefield. His diligence, precision, and discipline earned him unanimous praise from his instructors. He later devoted many years to flight education, training countless Air Force pilots. He taught them not only how to fly, but what mission, responsibility, and honor truly meant. Under his leadership, generations of young aviators took to the skies, significantly strengthening the tactics and combat readiness of the Republic of China Air Force. It was during these years that he came to understand a deeper truth. Flying was not merely a technical skill, it was a profound responsibility. He was not only an excellent instructor, but also the sharp eyes of the battlefield. He personally flew numerous reconnaissance and bombing missions deep behind enemy lines, often without escort or support, relying solely on skill, judgment, and an unwavering commitment to his country. After relocating to Taiwan, he did not leave the skies. He joined maritime reconnaissance missions, flying over the Taiwan Strait, standing watch through dark nights. With limited equipment, unpredictable weather, and difficult navigation, he was always the first to board, and the last to leave. Every takeoff could have been a final farewell. He had witnessed fellow comrades fall in combat and experienced the full brutality of war firsthand. Yet he never hesitated. He knew that as long as his country needed the intelligence he could provide, he had to fly. His missions took him across southeastern China, the southwest, the northwest provinces, and even as far as Hainan Island, Pratas Islands, Paracel Islands, Vietnam, and Laos. Some achievements were never written into reports. Some missions were never made public. This was the duty of an unsung hero, and General Shih Kuang Lin was one of them. In 1954, the Republic of China Air Force's 6th Wing was established at Taichung's Shuipu Base. As its commander, General Shih personally participated in many behind-enemy lines, airdrop missions, and maritime patrol operations. Because of the frequency of his flights, the military designated a C-46 aircraft, number 260, and named it after his hometown, Hangzhou. As you may know, the Starfighter Award was presented by Lockheed to pilots worldwide who completed supersonic training on the F-104. General Shih's award number was 1016, among a global total of 7,072 F-104 pilots. On December 22, 1961, he piloted an F-104A and broke Mach 2. The sonic boom echoed across the sky. That moment was not a personal triumph. It marked a historic leap forward for the Republic of China Air Force. Air Force Commander Xu Huansheng once described him this way: firm in faith, fair and incorruptible, proactive and disciplined, meticulous in thought, relentless in self-improvement, broad in knowledge, eloquent in expression, and outstanding in command and leadership. These words precisely capture General Shih's character and bearing. From biplanes to jet fighters, from subsonic flight to twice the speed of sound, he had witnessed and experienced the evolution of aircraft and aviation history. A life of service on and off the flight line. Over a 40-year military career, he accumulated 4,140 flight hours, flew 26 different aircraft types, and trained and led countless aviators. When he retired, he stepped away from active service, but never truly left flight. The sky was where his spirit always belonged. Throughout his life, General Shih lived with integrity and self-discipline. Rising from the lowest ranks to Deputy Commander of the Air Force, he retired with very few personal wealth. He often quietly used his own salary to help fellow officers and their families. He has said, "The country has given me so much, I have a duty to give back." Those who knew him admired him deeply, not only as a pilot, but as a true inspirational leader. In 1986, arranged by his son Shi Jindi, he flew once more, this time at a small airport in Northern California. He piloted a 1928 Fleet aircraft, taking to the air for 45 minutes. This time, there was no mission, there was no pressure, only wind behind him, only total freedom. After a lifetime of flying, he had returned to where the dream first began. In retirement, he devoted more than 20 years to hiking and mountaineering, earning great respect among fellow outdoorsmen. He served for many years as chairman of the Chinese Taipei Mountaineering Association. On November 12, 2008, He passed away after illness at the age of 95. He and his wife, Shi Taijan, raised 4 children, Kundi, Jindi, Min, and Chungdi, a close and loving family. He often told his children, "I leave you no material wealth, but what I have given you is far greater, the ability to learn, to grow, to persevere, to serve others, and to live as people of true value." A mission that endures General Shi Kuang Lin's story is not legend. It is the record of a real life, real effort, real sacrifice, and a genuine devotion to flight as a lifelong mission. His life teaches us that a calling does not fade with time. It is remembered, carried forward, and held quietly in the hearts of future generations. When we look up at the sky, perhaps he is still there, watching over us in the way a pilot knows best. His life showed the world what it truly means to be a complete and exemplary aviator. May this film allow more people to see his story and to understand the silent, steadfast sense of mission that lives behind every pilot who has faithfully served the country.